Hey,
Yo,
happy birthday.
thanks, brother.
How's your birthday going?
Great,
Yeah,
great so far.
2XO?
2XL, baby.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Swanson to bash us live like you did.
He's probably, I don't know. Who knows what he's doing? He's probably like doing his hair or something.
Yeah, so,
We're buying some new thought jeans.
how's quarantine going?
Okay, here's the deal.
Hmm.
From November 21st to January 21st, I lost my driver's license. So I had a 60-day driver's license suspension. And I'm basically in the same situation now that I was then. So that I was like practice for this. So this isn't even a big deal. I can go get in my car. I can go wherever I want. I just
Hmm.
can't wrestle, which sucks. But I
Hmm.
went, that was the reason. Now, breaking, storyline or whatever. That was the reason I was written off the show for a couple months is because I
Nah.
couldn't make it.
Yeah, but did that table actually hurt going through it, flaming?
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
It was I it was very scary. The flames went a lot higher than I thought they were going to go,
Hmm.
and you know, yeah, it was definitely scary, and it hurt, and I was on fire, and
Yeah.
there was nowhere for me to really roll around, and I like
Yeah.
rolled into that dresser or whatever. It was
Yeah.
luckily, it wasn't too bad.
So, what I always ask, what's your favorite match in GTS?
That I've had,
Yeah.
um, probably that one.
But,
Probably the tag match
yeah.
at Solid Steel Series,
Yeah.
or I really enjoy watching the First Blood match I had with Tony Emerald over the summer.
Oh, yeah. I was
It's
there for one of them.
I'm not sure which one you were there for.
I was
Yeah, we
there
had
when Emerald turned on you, Tony Emerald's. Yeah,
junior.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, that was the First Blood match. Yeah, that was fun.
yeah, yeah. It was crazy.
I'm really looking forward to getting back and wrestling some people that I haven't wrestled too much.
Yeah. So, yeah, because we all know your match was gonna happen, then it got canceled because of the
Yeah,
virus.
yeah.
So hopefully
So
we still get
what
that
happened?
match.
What happened was
Yeah.
um, we showed up.
Mm.
Um, everything was going all right, and then we got shut down like halfway, not even halfway through, a couple matches in or whatever. And I come from out of state. It's like a 2-hour drive for me
Mm-hmm.
to GTS. So, um, and Pete and Tommy specifically were worried about getting back into New York City because what happened was during the show they
Mm-hmm.
imposed the lockdown. Like that night they were saying everybody's to be inside at 8 p.m. or whatever, and we're like, we're hours from home. So, we had to they made the decision to scrap it, and um, we're gonna do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be even better than it probably would have been that day if
Mm-hmm.
we had that day. We didn't want to do it half-assed. We wanted
Mm-hmm.
to put on the main event,
Mm-hmm.
which it sucks. Last year I was in the pre-show, and then this year we were supposed to be the main event. And the funny part was, even at the live show, we were going to be the first match. So I would have been pre-show this year too, but because of the change up, it was
Mm-hmm.
going to be we were going to be the main event, and it was all hyped up. All the hype was there. We
Mm-hmm.
were all ready to do it, but it
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, and we didn't want that. We wanted to be in front of a crowd of Tommy's last match. I
Yeah,
mean,
right,
that's the big selling point. I mean, if Tommy doesn't win, he's not wrestling anymore.
right.
It's not like a Kazi thing.
No,
It's not
no.
like a J.
He like his life has changed a lot. His job is
Yeah.
demanding, and I mean he's on the front lines of this whole virus thing. Like he's
Yeah.
out on yeah. So
I've seen his post with the mask
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're out there. And anybody who's out there working, I salute you. I'm a painter.
Yeah.
Technically, I could be working because I'm considered home maintenance or whatever,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like it's right for me to go out and work unnecessarily if
Yeah.
I can stay home and keep people safe. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't, I felt a little, I had like a little bit of a cough or whatever
Mm-hmm.
before any of this happened, you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't know if I had it and I got better or what, but I'm fine. I've never felt better.
Yeah. So what do you think of Joe Dice winning that title?
I mean, he's a deserving champion.
He fought you at Sucker Slam
Yes.
and Shamar and Hitman,
Um,
and you were BTS champ.
I mean, the manner that he won it, yeah, I don't know. He's a deserving champion. He deserves to be up there
Mm-hmm.
in the championship category, and
Yeah.
I'm proud of him for that. He's a good guy. I'm just going totally off script right now. I'm not even considering like, you know, character or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, his character's a dick, and he's kind of
Yeah.
an unlikable kind of character. But
Yeah.
as a wrestler, he's a great guy to have around. He's a good trainer. That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize about GTS is that we've got a lot of guys there that
Yeah.
have been wrestling for a long time, and it's not like it's just a bunch of guys that don't know what they're doing, just
No.
rolling around a ring. There's
Mm-hmm.
my partner, the
Emerald.
Big Dom.
Yeah.
Big Dom grew up in a wrestling ring. His dad was 911.
Mm-hmm.
His dad owned a ring that WCW used to rent, and like
Oh, no.
he was in the ring since he was
Mm-hmm.
born. And for me to be able to tag with somebody like that, and I just turned 40 years old today, and I started when I was 38. So for me to be able to tag with somebody that's been doing it their whole life, and I consider him one of the best wrestlers that I've ever met, you know,
Yeah.
even for his size, the stuff that he does, and he's encouraged me to do things that I never considered doing. And you can
Mm-hmm.
do it. And that's like, we can get in like the last match that we had with
Mm-hmm.
the bad botch. Like that was me being overly ambitious and trying something stupid, and I figured that it would be fine, and it was a stupid thing to assume. I didn't get hurt, thank God, but I came this close to being paralyzed,
Yeah.
and that was not the plan,
Yeah.
so. But again, Dom is amazing, and
Yeah.
he's him. Yeah, Emerald was very critical, and he's very critical in like in training the basics. Like I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you watch Emerald wrestle, the way he bumps for people off
Mm-hmm.
punches, off clotheslines,
Mm-hmm.
off very basic things. He
Mm-hmm.
makes them look amazing.
Yeah.
He bumps perfectly, and he trains the basics really well.
Yeah.
Nobody runs the ropes better than Emerald.
No.
Nobody,
And
so,
so even especially after him almost dying in the ring.
yeah.
And
That was one of the
yeah.
scariest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was
And
my
so,
first match. That was my first
indie match.
single indie
Yeah.
match. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was watching from the
Yeah.
crowd, and I couldn't believe it. I'm just glad he's all right.
Yeah, and the stuff that he's doing now, even after that, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
yeah,
he's like Superman. It's unbelievable.
he's a tough dude, and I'll tell you, I learned better from him wrestling him. I mean, he's a great wrestler. I like working him.
Yeah.
I like working now. Right now, like being not being able to wrestle, it's like
Yeah.
I would wrestle anybody anywhere. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just to do it and get it
You
out
got an
because
itch. You got an
yeah,
itch
it
for
gets
us.
to be like I'm sure you probably feel like that going when you just going as a fan, when you
Yeah.
can't go as a fan, it gets built up, and it's gonna be I hope that things get back to normal sooner than
Yeah.
later, and because it's gonna be a hot time for for
Yeah.
indie shows.
Yeah. And
People are
it's
gonna
yeah. And then I have like my little wrestling that I do with my friends. On my YouTube channel, Iron Horse Wrestling, and I can't have anyone over, so it's just like me and my dad and my sister. Like, God, I
yeah
want to get people over, because I'm hyping up 2 matches and I need 2 people, but I can't have them over. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, and the weather's getting really nice outside,
Yeah, and
and
we can't do much. And it's my spring break, of course. Go figure.
it sucks. But like there's a lot of stuff in it. You see what AEW is doing, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff that that and that you can do that we can do from our homes. Like what I'm
Yeah.
doing here, he's doing like an interview or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
kind of letting people see how people are behind the scenes,
Yeah.
because I think that's really what people are interested in these days.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know. Let's face it. Like kids, even kids, understand wrestling for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was a huge heel, I'd get little kids that would come up and still want an autograph or whatever.
Yeah.
They understand that it's that it is what it is,
Yeah.
and it's no secret anymore. So I'm not sure what I was getting at there, but
It's fine.
it's more like they want to know the real
Yeah.
people behind it, and
Yeah.
that adds to, because wrestling characters really
Mm-hmm.
are just your personality just
Yeah.
amplified. Like
Yeah.
it took a long time for me to come out of my shell, and I think
Yeah.
that's at first I was a jobber.
Yeah.
Again, everybody really should be a jobber when they start out. But
Angelo was, and look at him. Oh, yeah.
oh, it took so much for
Yeah.
him to come out of his shell.
Yeah.
Oh
Death
man,
match with Kurt Bale was insane.
yeah,
Thought he almost
he's
died multiple times.
the progress, and even him more than anybody, more than myself.
Yeah.
Watching his progress as a wrestler over the last just year was
Yeah.
amazing.
And so who is your least favorite GTS wrestler?
Least favorite, like
Yeah.
currently?
Yeah. Or of all time. I mean, it doesn't.
Like, what do you mean least favorite? Like on a personal level, or
Well,
like?
no, just like if you don't like everyone's been saying Jimmy. I mean, because no one likes Jimmy, not a lot of people like him. I've gotten mostly everybody said Jimmy. I don't think I have a lot of people that say not Jimmy. Maybe like 1 or 2.
I don't know. I honestly feel I don't really want to answer that. There's
Okay.
no. There really isn't anybody. I'll say that. We'll talk about Jimmy. I appreciate Jimmy for what he is. He can be
Mm-hmm.
annoying. He
Yeah.
can, his character, he takes things just way too far. But that's what you got to do in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He is invested in himself.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes it a little too far sometimes, but he's also young, and that's
Mm-hmm.
also something that you learn over time.
Yeah.
Like he's immature, and you got to remember a lot of these guys are in their early 20s. I'm 40
Yeah.
years old. Grimm's 40 or a little bit older than me. I
Emeralds
hope I'm
what?
not really giving anything away here,
Yeah.
people's ages, but he's young, and that plays a part in things. So I think there's a reason, he's been YouTube champ. There's a reason he's been involved in,
I just didn't
major
like the
feuds.
I didn't like the clown stuff. It's been bugging me because it's been going on since September, and I'm like,
Right.
really? He's
And,
finally
and,
lost the title, thank God.
and if we're being completely honest here, like, I feel like that's been a recurring thing with GTS in general, is that there's been good ideas that may have worked at one time,
Yeah,
but they're
Nickel Wise.
right, but not even that. But maybe
Mm-hmm.
Tito would have been good if we hadn't just driven it into the ground.
Yeah.
If it wasn't just Tito, 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 Tito,
Mm-hmm.
Tito.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other examples of
Like Grant with the alcohol and stuff. We didn't have to keep
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's just a little, like, once in a while or
If
something,
you
but
say it like once a week, I mean, then but it's constantly thumbnail Jimmy, 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 Jimmy.
right. And he's dedicated.
Yeah,
He's a major part of the show. I mean,
I know. Yeah.
you know, um, personally, I'll put it like this: the people that I don't really like at GTS are people that come in and act like they know
Everything.
everything,
Yeah.
but they don't. There's
Mhm.
some people that do, like violence,
Mhm.
like violence has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
There's people that do, but then there's people that come in from out of nowhere and but there isn't really anybody like that right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty humble. Um, Emerald Jr. Even people have been working with him, and he's coming along.
Yeah.
He's if you look at where he's at, his past couple matches versus where he was a few months ago,
Mhm.
he's making progress. Kid Badass,
Oh yeah.
honestly, I think Kid Badass is a gold mine. I think he's
Yeah.
hilarious. I
Yeah.
think, and he's got like a natural. He's clumsy. He's kind of clunky, but
Mhm.
like give him a year in the
Mhm.
ring, and he's also got the dedication. He wants to be there as much as he possibly
Yeah.
can. He's got these cartoons that he's doing that are
Yeah.
freaking hilarious.
They are.
Like he's got so much to contribute, and I'm so glad that he came along.
Yeah. He's a
Um,
gem.
and whenever there's someone there, he gets in the ring and he trains with them.
Mhm.
Like he wants. Right now, he's pissed because he can't. He's feeling like he was on a roll and now he had to stop because everybody had to stop. But
He was on
yeah,
a little roll.
yeah,
He
and
was.
and it won't go. He won't lose it. You know what
No.
I mean? It's like riding a bike. Once
Mhm.
you get to a certain level,
You'll pick it back up.
yeah, and sometimes a break is good too.
Yeah.
Sometimes a break gives you appreciation and
Yeah.
and things you didn't have before.
I mean, yeah, and I thought like his promo works pretty good. I mean, when like what he talked about when he before he faced Tommy, I thought it was hysterical. Like, what the heck is
Yeah,
he talking about? He's just
yeah,
making me laugh.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is great.
So I have to play things back like 3 or 4 times, and I still have no idea what he's trying to say. It's
No,
like he needs like subtitles for when he's
yeah,
talking. But yeah, it's he's a gold mine, and it's all off the top of his head too. He just comes out with it, and
yeah. It's better than
he's
the Undertaker. I think it was.
that was entertaining for what it was,
Yeah.
and that was another thing was this, we,
Mm-hmm.
somebody had it stuck in their head that parody or these parody things were successful.
Zack
These
Cena.
people, yeah, these guys that were going in the subway and they were
Mm-hmm.
parodying WWE and they're getting all these views.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing for months, and it got driven right into the ground. And
Yeah.
it could have been a good thing. It could have been a great thing, but it just, it just was poorly executed. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So that's what I think about that. There's nobody on the roster that I don't like. I love,
that's
I,
good.
I love everyone on the roster, and they're my family.
That's good. So, people on the live streams now. Now you if do you want to ask me questions because that's a new thing that they've been doing.
You want me to ask you
Yeah,
questions?
they started doing that a little while ago.
Who?
Like there was some wrestlers just flipped the script and wanted me ask me some questions.
Uh, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
Who's
Well,
your favorite current? Who's your favorite current wrestler on the show?
you should know that probably.
Who, Pete?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I have all these posters, but there's no onslaught autographs. You gotta start getting those. I would hang one up.
Yeah, I have like no merch. I suck. Nice, Lance. Whoa, 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 whoa! I love doo-wop.
Yeah.
Dale, Daltano. Ace marks. Yeah, yeah. No.
No, I do have
Over.
that.
Right,
Where?
over, no, no, over more.
Where?
God, no. Behind the chair.
Behind the tree?
Uh, oh, okay, no.
I
I
have that
thought that.
though.
Okay.
I do. Then I have all of my like wrestlers.
Oh, sweet.
So like, and then I have that rare Trish Stratus that's worth like $100 on eBay.
Sweet. Why is it
And
rare?
I got my favorite Netflix show, Stranger Things.
Cool.
And then I got this when I went to the show. I made this.
Looks like somebody said, "Do you watch Ozark?" No, I don't watch Ozark.
My mom's been watching it. Was like with Jason Bateman.
Okay.
And there's one question left for you. Do you hate Grimm or do you like Grimm?
I love Grimm.
Grimm's a genius.
Um, Grimm is an absolute genius and very dedicated to um, wrestling and entertainment.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's become one of my really, really, really close friends, and I miss him, and I miss everybody at GTS.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining.
No problem, man.
And have a great birthday.
Happy Friday. Take it easy.
Yeah. And I got a birthday coming up too.
When?
April 23rd.
All right, brother.
Yeah, I'll be 17.
You don't look a day under 16.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks,
All right,
Onslaught.
man.
Thank you
See you,
for
man.
joining. See,
Yeah, no
see ya.
problem.
Enjoy
Bye.
that meatloaf. Bye.
See ya.